Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. We 1 week into the NBA season. Keep it a C note. Have you learned anything from this 1 week, this first week that may be shocking you? Like, let us know.
Well, I've learned that boy Ja Morant is the real deal.
He the real deal.
I kind of knew it last season because he took his team to a second seed, and they don't really have no stars besides him.
Right.
And I ain't even saying superstar. I'm talking about just a star.
Right.
They got some good and above average players, but all that shit goes through him.
And he learning how to shoot.
And he learned, like, last night he was getting busy, shooting everything.
Yeah. He definitely is the real deal. But at the same time, I'm still not sold on the NBA's defense yet this year.
Why you not sold on the defense?
Something about the perimeter defense. I'm not talking about interior defense because I still don't see too many big men doing their work down in the paint. But as far as perimeter defense and playing, I don't know. It's just a little laxy-daisy to me. I don't see people putting on that Gary Payton glove defense.
But me and Vito had this conversation. I told Vito it's only about 8 to 10 players in the NBA that really play defense.
Points sell tickets, so they don't want a motherfucker to be able to lock you up like they did in 80s because that shit don't sell.
I know. And then, like, even some of those plays with Ja Morant, I know it's almost impossible to stop him, but some of them plays, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Are y'all even going to step in front of this dude? Are y'all going to put your hands out?
No, let me ask you a question. Are you stepping in front of that nigga coming to the lane like that?
That's why I said I know who Ja Morant is, but at the same time, I was almost like, yo, y'all in the NBA, you earn y'all money.
The worst thing is when somebody set a screen. And the dude don't fight over the screen. He just switch. Like, that irks me,
But
bro.
that also comes into your system. Like, that might be the thing, switch everything.
Listen,
some teams play switch everything.
Listen, it ain't too many guards or games that I've seen in the last 2 years that no matter who the great ball handler is, Kyrie, Steph, I've seen it. On occasions where they go through the pick and they just trap them, them guys turn the ball over, but they don't do it consistently. I'm talking about with all them guys. Most of the times they just go and switch.
But that's the NBA in the whole. Because think about it. Have you ever seen a motherfucker do a play 2 or 3 times in a row and they can't be stopped and then they go away from it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the switching thing. We didn't come from that era. Like, that's not defense, just switching everything.
It's still defense.
It's not defense because if you look at these games, the guy's not even setting the screen. I'm about to get picked, and when I go to get the pick, I just grab him and tell him switch. I'm not trying to run through the pick. I'm not getting bumped or nothing. I'm not trying to go around the pick.
It depends on what the defense is. They tell you if you're on a system that says switch everything.
Everybody does it.
Not everybody don't do that. Everybody don't switch everything.
For the most part, everybody do it. What I'm saying is, if you know a dude trying to come down, if you know they trying to get Zion in a post on Steph Curry, why do you keep switching every play? Like, when are you going to fight over the screen?
You know what I've been saying for years? Why the fuck do people keep, like, for example, you got Steph, you got Clay, you got Jordan Poole. Why do you keep leaving one of them in the corner open to go try to double down on a man who, like Looney, who ain't shit? Why the fuck y'all keep doubling? Why not just stay with your man? Why not deny your man the ball? They be doing dumb shit all the time in NBA. I don't understand that shit.
Yeah, all right. I wish they did stay with their man instead of switching.
Yeah, you be leaving motherfuckers wide open that you know can shoot.
But did you learn anything else, John? Because I got a couple of things that I learned.
Well, I think you're going to cover one. You go ahead.
The first thing I'm going to cover is Dame is still him.
Oh, yeah. Dame is still that
shout
guy.
Out Dame Dollar. Dame is still him. The Pelicans look like they're a playoff team. None of us mentioned the Pelicans, but they do look like a playoff team. Brandon Ingram is hooping. McCollum hooping. Zion is hooping.
And fucking violent. A lot of motherfuckers don't be paying attention. Valanciunas is solid as a
not just
Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, the kid they got off the bench, the Puerto Rican kid with the braids, with all the energy.
But motherfuckers don't be paying attention. Valanciunas be getting a double every night.
Every night, and he can hit the three now. Another thing that I've noticed, and I shout out to everybody here. I noticed none of us put them to make the playoffs this year, the Lakers. But they're worse than I thought they were, bro.
They're bad.
Bro, they are worse than I thought. That team stinks.
No, listen, let me say this. You know what I personally think? It's the lineups that they're running. You can't have Russ and LeBron on the floor at the same time because they're both ball dominant and they're both really not great shooters. I feel like them. You got the ball. What's the white ball? Reeves.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves, and you got the other ball, Matt Ryan. Both of them can shoot.
Right.
And Dunn can shoot. I think that's his name. What's the guy they got from the
None.
Them guys can shoot. You got to pick and choose. Fuck niggas, Eagles. Everybody ain't got to start. You got to have the shoot. You got to have at least one or two shooters on the floor at all times.
Here's the thing with that. You say LeBron and Russ can't be on the floor together. Russ and Patrick Beverly.
That was coming
either, man.
That was coming too. But Pat is a better 3-point shooter than Russ.
I think whatchamacallit gotta go. You gotta let Russ
go. Yeah,
Russ ain't. That.
Even if you can't trade him, you just gotta let him go because it's too many heads to feed on the pause.
It's not even that. It's like, man, come on, man. Don't take. This is. I know y'all getting paid for it, but this is still our joy.
He don't fit on that team.
But why run the offense through LeBron instead of having
at this point it don't matter who you run through the offense.
I would just have executed plays set up for LeBron though.
But it does. But even with you can do that after LeBron leave.
With LeBron and AD all day.
Russ got to go.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, there's no way to bring that back because no matter how good he does, he's the fall guy for everything. And you can't play like that.
But what team could benefit from having Russ?
The Knicks. Jalen Brunson been playing 1 and 2 in Dallas, so he can shoot, he could D up, he could run the offense.
They still got D Rose, right?
Yeah, but D Rose come off the bench, and D Rose, he can't stay healthy. He been healthy the last couple years, but he just was hurt last year.
I gotta think about it.
But Russ, do you still think that he's a starting player?
Yes.
You think he's definitely
we would have to get rid of Julius Randle, though, if you got Russ.
The team Russ was supposed to stay with was Washington, man.
Nah.
He should have stayed with Bill.
He should have stayed with the Thunder, if anything.
Yeah, but I'm saying once he was gone from the OKC and that was over, Russ was still Russ in Washington.
Yeah, he
brought them back, got them into the playoffs and all that one year.
But that's only because Brad missed like a
and
good
Brad
portion.
Is gonna miss a good portion every year.
Yeah,
that's the best place for him to be.
When they play together, Russ cancels out them type of guys. Like I said, the Thunder is a good spot for him because there's no real Gilchrist Alexander, he can play the 2 also because he can shoot.
No more because them kids are too. But even with that, Gilchrist Alexander needs the ball in his hand. I think
but the best play off the ball.
The best reason why is because even when you get Bradley Beal can shoot. And whoever Russ played with, his other guard has to be able to shoot. That's why I say he should have stayed with Bradley Beal. But the last thing that I notice is, I don't care if he wins another championship or not. Anthony Davis is done. Anthony Davis is done, bro. Every game I watch, he hurt his knee, he hurts his back, or he's coming in with a sore ankle. Anthony Davis done.
He look overweight too.
He's done. I don't think he's mentally in the game either.
He's not.
And my last one, I'm sorry, Sixers fans.
No, I've got to say it, though.
I've got it confused. I've come to realize, right? And I was kind of mad because it was like I'm looking at the games with the Sixers and I'm looking at certain games. And all I'm thinking is Vito saying he like to go 17 feet. Joel Embiid is the softest 7-footer in the league. He is not that guy, bro. And I'm going to go a step further. Right now, I know we won weekend, but I I don't think the Sixers can win with Embiid, man. I don't. He not that guy, man.
I think
He is not that guy.
I think the Sixers can't win with that system with Doc Rivers. If Doc Rivers continues to allow Embiid to do this,
I thought the same thing. We just had the conversation. Then I'm watching the game and I'm like, Embiid, he comes down, he gets in the post 12 feet out. No matter who's guarding him, he let them push him out.
And it's plays
He let them push him
catch it on the
out.
box, and he'll spin out and jab you 3 or 4 times and shoot the J.
Yo, listen, I know we got a lot of, but I can't. He don't got that hunger. He don't got that in him. Like, he's supposed to be punishing dudes.
He want to shoot the J, dog.
And I talked to my pop, and my pop is funny because my pop tell me, he like, yo, you got to remember, he's still from overseas. He's not from over here. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, but right now, after 1 week, I don't think the Sixers will ever win a championship with Joel Embiid as the best player. He don't got this. Heart. He don't got heart.
He don't have balance either. The motherfucker fall like 20 times a quarter.
Now listen, I told you I learned about New Orleans and Zion been rocking. You said Randall needs to get traded. No cap. Call him a Uber. If Zion Williamson, Julius Randle, had Embiid's height and size, they would be unstoppable. Is that no cap? Call him a Uber.
No cap.
Why?
Because Zion damn near unstoppable now, and he can't shoot.
Yep. Right. I say, how the hell Embiid can muscle people like... I'm saying guards muscle people, bro, down low. And I'm like, Embiid can't muscle nobody, man. Keep it a C note with us, people. 1 week into the season, what have you learned in the NBA? Should you call me a Uber? Is it no cap? I said right now it's looking like the Sixers will never win a championship with Embiid. I am 1-0 because I said they wouldn't win a championship with Ben Simmons and Embiid. So how y'all feeling Ben Simmons so far?
I'm still a Ben Simmons fan, so.
Dud.
Nah, he not a dud.
Listen.
Did you see the way KD was looking at his ass on the bench?
Listen, Ben Simmons is who I thought he was. You set this pick and you grab that rebound and that's it.
And that's all I've been saying all this time. Why does everybody think Ben Simmons is supposed to score?
That was my problem. Was they were hyping him up to be something that I knew he didn't have.
Listen, that's because the average motherfucker don't actually watch what a player's skill set is. Most people already knew he wasn't a scorer. He scored probably like 18 to 20 points in college, but that's because he was bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. When he gets to the league, it's different. He's a pass-first guy who's not looking to score. Like Draymond Green is a pass-first power forward who's not looking to score. He got a wide open shot. And what does he turn around and pass?
At least Draymond would shoot the shot. Though.
But
hey,
he
listen.
will.
Let me keep it a C note since you mentioned Draymond, right? And I always call Draymond a bum, and I grind him. Draymond 10 times better than Ben Simmons, bro.
He's smarter on the court than him.
He's 10 times.
The IQ.
Ben Simmons look like a deer in headlights now when he play, bro. He don't, man, that shit crazy, man.
I think he on the wrong team. I don't think that team
Man, it don't matter where he go. He's done.
Your team definitely makes a difference
bro,
that you play for.
What his numbers is right now, he look like he's a 6. He's a 6'6" guy.
The team makes a difference. His numbers definitely gonna go down because you got 2 other scorers.
Bro, he rattled. Since that shit happened.
Now that's possible. Injuries can rattle you.
Not the injuries. Once he didn't have a heart to shoot the layup. When he didn't have a heart to shoot that and he went through the run, it's over.
Let me ask you this question.
Confidence is gone?
Yeah.
Would anybody have looked at Steve Nash any different if he made that pass in that same position?
No.
But why? Because he's not 6'10"?
No, it doesn't have nothing to do with how you looked at him. It's how the player handles it. Ben Simmons, he broke down after that.
No,
he's emotional, right?
I can agree that he definitely is that.
He got his Mary J. Blige on, man. That nigga done, man.
I'm talking about strictly the player, besides the because he is one of them guys. But
yeah,
I don't feel like at the end of the day, he's not a scorer. He's not looking. That's not even on his mental at the end of the day. Even though he should have took the shot.
And he not a scorer, no. But what I'm saying, so far I've seen him. Even when he get a game where he got 8 rebounds, 6 assists, he doesn't look like the player he was 2-3 years ago, even when people was criticizing.
I've been saying
he
this for
looked
years.
all the way horrible.
He's being played out at the wrong position. He is a power forward. Just because you can handle the rock does not mean you're a point guard. He should be grabbing rebound and coast to coasting because he's best in transition.
Right.
I feel like he should be a point forward.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he maybe should be a point forward, or maybe he it is a team he can play on, though. It's definitely a team that he can play on, and he can be the man.
Who that?
Unfortunately, that team is in Istanbul. You know what I mean? He's gonna if you want to see Ben Simmons average 28, 9, and 7, he's got to go to Istanbul to play. That's the only way he'll ever regain confidence. You heard it here first. Vito, you caused a lot of controversy last week. You know what I mean? It was you that said Steph Curry should be top 10.
Yes, he should.
You said Bill, Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, guys of that nature shouldn't be in the top 10.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't be in the top. They're well deserved of being in the top 10. But I feel like if you put Steph Curry in, one of them two are out, and it's more so Wilt than Bill, because Bill.
Okay, well you got some YouTube feedback about you saying Wilt averaged them rebounds because he was playing with everybody that was our height.
No. Listen, first and foremost, I've been to do research because I had a conversation on the flip side when I was backing Will, because there was 7-footers in the league back then.
Right.
But the talent Steph plays against is better than the talent Will played against. That's just a fact, because we don't even know them guys. And remember what I was saying earlier? If you're told the same thing for so long, you'll believe that shit. So we've been told Wilt is this guy for so long because of the numbers he got. But if Wilt was so dominant, how is it that he only won 2 chips? And not just only won 2 chips, he only been to 2 chips.
My answer
Steph
to that,
won 4. Been to how many?
My answer to that would be Michael Jordan was dominant and the best player from the gun bust, but he didn't win a chip from the gun bust.
Yeah, but how many did he win?
He won 6.
How many did he go to?
He went to 6.
Wilt only went to 2.
Yeah, but
and the second one only came because he was on a fucking team with some real guys.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Bill and them had a real team.
Yeah.
But my dad, because he's old school, he took exception to some of the stuff you said. And he said, listen, we've been doing it wrong. He said, don't put Wilt in today's era. He said, take any big man you want that you think was dominant in any era of basketball. He said, if you put them in Wilt era, they don't stop nothing that Wilt does. They don't stop Bill Russell from getting them rings. All that still happens. What's your thoughts? Is it no cap? Should we call my papa Oouuber? Keep it a C note.
I can agree with that, because if you take a guy like Shaq or Akeem and put him in that era, if you put him on a team, that's not stopping Wilt from getting his on however many teams, the other 9 or 10 teams in the league, he's going to get his. But when you go up against that guy, he might not get his, but his numbers are still going to be pretty much the same. But on the flip side, if you take Wilt and Bill and put them in the era with Patrick Ewing, fucking Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, all them guys.
Okay.
Bill not getting 11 chips and Wilt not averaging 50 points on them guys.
I agree with you. I don't think he would average 50 points, but I think he still would average them rebounds.
How many?
At least 20.
Yeah,
at least 20 against.
Not every year. He might get lucky a season or two and get 20.
And shout out to whoever it was that left a comment, but one of us, I think it was me that said it though. Ben Wallace in them average, not even Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman like 6'6", 6'7". He averaged 15 rebounds against all them 7-footers. Wilt can average 20 rebounds
that's
against
possible.
them jokers, bro.
But
I agree with the 50.
Yeah, he ain't averaging 50 points.
What you got to say, John? Can you put somebody back there that would stop what they had going on?
I think if you put like a Shaq and a Kareem back then, they would still have their numbers, but would Wilt have that one chip? I don't know. It might have stopped them from getting that one chip. You put a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar back then in the Shaq.
I never thought of Kareem, though.
Yeah, you put them two like back then, and you still had Bill Russell. Yeah, that chip that Wilt got might have changed, and all those chips that Bill Russell had he might not have had as many because it would have had a different high level of competition, and that's only because I'm naming two top players from that generation,
Right.
Kareem and
Right.
Shaq. I'm not saying like no.
The crazy thing is though, because you know LeBron can break the record this year, and I didn't even think about it because Kareem got what, 5 chips? How many Kareem got? 5?
I think got 6 though.
Or 6.
5 or 6.
He got 5 or 6, but yeah, I think he got 6 because he got one before the Lakers.
He got one with the Bucks. Right? Hold on. Go ahead. Say what you about to say.
What I was going to say is the crazy thing about it now that John mentioned Kareem, because I never thought Kareem. I was just more so when he said that thinking our era. To me, if Kareem played back then, if Kareem played like 3-4 years earlier than he played, like, because he went to school when you had to play a certain amount of years in college. Mm-hmm. We talking about a whole different thing because Kareem probably would have more rings. He came at the end, but he got out. Well, they said Bill ran from him, but he played against Wilt. Wilt was old,
and he would have had way more points.
That's what I was about to say because we're talking about LeBron breaking the record this year. If Wilt played 2 years earlier, that record don't never get broken.
I mean, go ahead. Let me touch on this real quick. And for all the LeBron fans, we all fuck with LeBron, but at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. And when people say LeBron is the GOAT because of the accolades, let me state this. If you play enough years, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a certain amount of accolades because it's gonna pile up because you're playing longevity. But if you take however many years it took for MJ to get whatever he got, it took LeBron longer to get. It took LeBron then in 3 more seasons to pass MJ as far as scoring.
Right.
And it's gonna take him way more seasons than it took fucking Kareem. And mind you, in Kareem's whole career, he shot 1 3-pointer.
Right.
So you imagine all them points he got, and that's all deuces and 5 shots.
Right. Well, speaking of that, I wanted to ask y'all because I was supposed to ask y'all this last week. If you could give me, is there anybody, and I said Giannis, but let's exclude Giannis because now that I'm saying what I'm saying about Joel Embiid, is there one player in the NBA that can average 30 without shooting 3-pointers, without making 3-pointers? And if so, give me the name.
I think it's a couple. And John actually brought one to my attention last week when he said
DeMar
DeRozan.
He's the only person.
But I think Ja can average 30 without shooting no trees.
Okay,
I got Ja.
I think Dallas. We still got his name. I can't remember his name for some reason.
Luka.
I think Luka can average 30 without shooting no trees. I think the Joker can average 30. And it might be 1 or 2 other guys, but I just can't think of right off top.
You got anybody else that he missed, John? Kawhi. A healthy Kawhi.
Yeah.
A healthy Kawhi mid-range.
Because he's a hell of a mid-range guy.
And then KD, the man. KD could.
I would give it. If it was no threes, I think KD can average. Yeah. I think KD can average 30. But on the flip side of that, I want to ask y'all 2 questions, referencing what my pops say. Let's go 90s eras because you mentioned LeBron and how do Mike get them 6 rings if LeBron was in that era? That's the first question. Would LeBron have stopped Mike in that era?
It depends on what team he played for, in my opinion.
My opinion, no.
Okay, let's go. Let's just say LeBron played from... Let's go 94. No, 91, 92, 93. Yeah, let's go 94. He came into the league the first year Jordan was retired. He's still on 20 years, right? Would he be hunting Kareem down if his first 6 years out of 20 was played in the 90s? Would he be chasing Kareem down for scoring title right now?
No
Keep
way.
it a C-note.
No.
Probably not.
Because in that era, the 3 wasn't what it is today. He shoot a lot of trays now. So you got to dial that back for 1. For 2, he would have been he's not the greatest foul shooter. He would have been on the line a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So I don't think
it was a different physical game back then, too.
Okay. All right. What's your thoughts on it, people? Put LeBron James in the NBA from 94 and you do 20 years. Is he chasing Kareem down, about to break his record? Keep it a C note, let us know. Could you put LeBron in Michael Jordan era and what about if he was on them Knicks teams?
Yeah, that was going to be my example because I was thinking about the Phoenix team with Barkley, but I don't think he would have fit. But with them Knicks teams, they definitely could have won at least one.
Okay, flip side to that. If you put LeBron, any LeBron you want to put on, you take Jordan off that team, put LeBron there.
No.
Do they have 6 rings?
No.
Yes, no? Yes, no?
No.
What's your thoughts on it, people? You swap them. They saying LeBron wouldn't have stopped Mike from getting his rings if you swap them. You put any prime LeBron on the team with Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Dennis Rodman. Do they have 6 rings in Chicago? Keep it a C note with us.
Because Scottie would have been the go-to scorer, and
Okay.
LeBron would have been Scottie.
Okay.
Shit. This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.